Good morning. My name is Martin Grayson. I'm the author of The View from the First Chair, which is about how to litigate, how to think like a lawyer. In this series, I've been talking about several topics, most of which involve the courtroom or the deposition room. But today I'd like to talk a little bit about a very important topic for litigators, basically done in private, reporting to client. Years ago, I graduated from law school. I interviewed with a firm in San Francisco, became friendly with one of the partners over the years, although I did not practice in San Francisco. We met up later when he was appointed general counsel of a shipping line in the city in which I was practicing. And I asked Kurt, now that you're on the client side, what would you change if you were back at the firm in San Francisco? Without a moment's hesitation, he said to me, I would report more often to the client. When you're the client, he says, you never have enough information. Your money is at risk, your reputation is at risk, there's a lawsuit out there perhaps that outside counsel is handling, and you don't know what's going on. Places you in a rather helpless, powerless position. He said, so if I was back as outside counsel, I would report more to client. In my book, there's a chapter on reporting to client, and in the appendix, there is a comprehensive report which you can use as a template. Because over the years, I've seen lots of reports to client, and not many of them are as comprehensive or as analytical as they should be. And that is my first piece of advice about reporting to client. You must evaluate. Your client doesn't need you to hear you say, we took a deposition last week, we've got a settlement conference next week. What your client needs you to say is, we took a deposition of opposing party's expert last week. This is an individual who is well-educated, well-qualified, testified extensively in federal court. His view of the incident was, and then lay out what that witness said. That's what your client wants to know. That's what he wants to hear. In addition, she wants to hear your analysis of what that expert had to say. Not just a report of how he was dressed and how he presented himself, not just the facts of what that witness had to say, but how it impacts your case, whether it was good for you, bad for you, how it can be used, or how it must be defended. That is the type of analysis that clients want. All too rarely do attorneys actually do that analysis. You start your report to client with the overview. If it's a long report, my book, the appendix is 12 pages long. If you're reporting at that length, you want to put a one-paragraph summary, which is going to give for the client in one paragraph exactly what the entire report says and concludes. Then you're going to analyze liability and damages, if you haven't already done it, what the facts of the case are, a background of those facts. Then you report specifically on why you were writing that report at that time. We deposed opposing expert. We did an inspection of the offshore platform where the explosion occurred. We attended a status conference at which trial was set, and then you give the trial date. You report to client what he needs to know, and you analyze it carefully. And remember also, you can never report to client too often.